Another thing you might run into are these things called custom GPTs. So right now I'm going to go to Explore GPTs. And these are all the GPTs that other people have created. And really, all this is a special use case for the ChatGPT interface. You can see some of the top picks. You can browse through some of these different categories if you want, and you can find a custom GPT for just about everything. Let me just type counseling and see what happens. Personalized career counseling, marriage counseling, couples counseling, millennial counseling. So you can see that people are making GPTs to provide actual services, and then people like me are evaluating it more from the training perspective. So looking at what it means to use GPTs in the educational setting. So once you create some, you can click on My GPTs and it'll show you all of the ones that you have or the ones that you're thinking about creating. So these are just some ones that I've played around with so far. One I'll click on right now is ethical consultant. So this assists counselors and psychotherapists with ethical decision making. This is not meant to replace consultation as a part of your ethical decision making model, but it is something to just play around with. So one thing I might want to do is I can type anything, or I can enter this pre-populated prompt right here, which is, I'm a counselor learning to navigate complex ethical decisions. You're an expert in mental health and counseling ethics. Play the role of a mentor supervisor that helps me think through ethical dilemmas using a sound ethical decision-making process. Ask me for a scenario and then guide my thinking through it. So, okay, sure. I'm here to help you explore ethical dilemmas in counseling and guide you through sound decision-making processes. Why don't you share a scenario or challenge that you're facing or thinking about? Together, we can unpack the issues, consider relevant ethical codes, and explore strategies for resolution. One thing you can do is you can ask it to read, you can copy this, and you can give it a good or a bad response, and this does train the model to be better or worse. So what's an ethical dilemma that I'm facing? My client asked me to come to their graduation party, something that happens. Clients will ask you to go to different events that might create a potentially harmful multiple relationship, might blur some boundaries. So let's just see what happens. So this is an excellent opportunity to think critically about maintaining professional boundaries while supporting your client. Attending a client's personal event, such as graduation parties, raises several ethical questions related to dual relationships and professional boundaries. So you can see that it's already citing some codes from the ACA, from NADAC, and then gives me some things that I should reflect on. So it gives me some questions. It's not telling me the answer, but it is giving me some questions to ask or consider. Then it's giving me some potential actions, and then some more questions for reflection. I am not quite sure what I want to do yet. So then it gives me some more questions. To me, this is a lot of questions. This is probably giving me more information than I want. So can you ask me each question one at a time, and then we can talk through it? So again, this is an example of how you can just iterate your interactions. If it's giving you too much, you can ask for it for less. If it's not giving you enough, you can ask it for more. So then we could go through these questions one by one. let's just say, I want some peer-reviewed resources. Can you give me some peer-reviewed literature that talks about this dilemma? So theoretically, these are links and these are sources. I can go and I can look at those sources, those citations. I can see where they come from. And then again, I can go to the source material and I can look at these specifically. So this is another way for me that to me, I'm not losing anything by using this interface. If anything, this is just a different way of searching, a different way of interacting with the internet, if nothing else. So again, this is a custom GPT that I built. You don't have to use this, and certainly you can do this just with general chat GPT. But one of the benefits of chat GPT or of a custom GPT is if there are prompts or personas or things that you want it to have that you don't want to retype every time, then using a custom GPT for that task can be really helpful.